What are the cigarettes of today? What does everyone think is healthy, but is not? Fruit juices. So many people seem to think they are so healthy, when they are essentially sugar water. Even 100% juice isn't great. Pulp has fiber and helps with sugar processing. My father had a fairly healthy diet, but couldn't lose weight. The doctor figured out he drank around 7 cups of no pulp a day. Dad switched to having 2 actual oranges a day, and dropped 40 pounds in 5 months. Doctors hate me, and don't want you to know. But seriously, get juice with pulp. Of course. If a glass of orange juice is around 120 calories and your dad was drinking 7, then he was drinking 840 extra calories per day. Remember kids, when trying to lose weight, don't drink your calories. Loads of people blow through as many as half their daily intake on drinks alone. I don't eat, so I can drink beer. Win. The third win is for beer. Plus the beer works best on an empty stomach. That's like 4 wins. Juice detox dieting. My roommate went on a cranberry juice detox and drank 100% juice. I pointed out that it's not 100% cranberry juice and she laughed and pointed to the 100% juice label. Many people don't know 100% juice cranberry juice is really a mix of sweeter juices, like apple and cranberry juice. Actual 100% cranberry juice is so tart you can only sip it. Surprised I haven't seen this one yet. There is an enormous number of people who wear their headphones everywhere and listen at unhealthy levels. A lot of doctors predict that there are going to be a lot more people with hearing damage a few decades from now. What? Surprised I haven't seen this one yet. There is an enormous number of people who wear their headphones. Decades? Impaired hearing is already getting more common with teens. It's that damn rock and roll these kids are listening to. Nah, it's the hippity hop all of them listen to nowadays. Sorry, turn down for what? Low fat food with sugar in it. There's no correlation between how much fat you eat and the incidence of CHD. There is a correlation between how much sugar you eat and cancer and CHD. You'd be better off eating pure cream than those low fat desserts. Duck, yes. It's like taking in 1 kilogram bag of sugar and labeling it fat free. It's true, but it's still a ducking kilo of sugar. Unnecessary use of antibiotics. If you don't need them, don't take them. If there's anything we've learned over the past couple years, it's that gut flora are involved in huge amount of disease states. And if you do need them, take them until your prescription is finished. Failure to take antibiotics in the proper dosage, or for as long as prescribed, runs the risk that the infection will not be adequately treated, leading to a persistent or recurrent infection. By not taking the entire course of antibiotics, resistant bacteria may develop that no longer respond to common antibiotics. This has the potential to turn easily treatable infections into serious ones. But the symptoms are gone. That means I'm fine. It's the same reason I ripped the cast off my broken arm as soon as it stopped hurting. I stopped taking all my antidepressants because I was feeling much better. We have been installing a lot of stand-up desks at our facility because sitting is the new smoking. Yeah, a bunch of the people at my work have those as well. There's one girl in particular who wears giant headphones and works on a MacBook. She looks like a DJ. I'm about to drop some mad baseline budget proposals, that is. Time to turn this to 11. Sorry, at 11. That's when the report's due. Check out this mix. Kathy mixed up the expense report in Excel again. You gotta peep my mad new deck. Yeah, I think the director is really gonna like this PowerPoint presentation quality. When I used to work at a fast food place, I wasn't allowed to sit down, even if it was completely dead in the store. My legs would feel awful, and I always felt imbalanced because I'd shift all of my weight from one leg to the other. My back would hurt after a while of standing too long. Nowadays my girlfriend works at her company where she is mostly standing, working on orders of clothing, and she always complains about her lower back. How do you guys do it? Good, she's a key, so is walking around rather than standing in a static position. So, tiny treadmills under the stand-up desk. Edit. OMG, they exist. Cleanses and detox. Yeah, go ahead and drink spicy lemonade for 2 weeks and let me know how it goes. Scared to fart after second day. Used to work with some girls that did this. They looked like ducking zombies about day 4. That's the toxins coming out. And by toxins I mean all the essential vitamins and minerals. I tried this, and I would agree with the day 4 scenario. In fact, that was the night I had a sexual dream about a cheeseburger. That's right, a cheeseburger. And I had sex with it. Glorious, nasty, greasy, meaty sex. I'm not kidding. I then got out of bed and went to let up at 1:30 am and proceeded to devour a nice medium rare cheeseburger. I was in my pajamas too. Duck it. Best burger ever. Hookah. Everyone smokes it thinking it is healthy because it is filtered. Not true at all. Smoking anything is bad for you and will damage your lungs to some extent. Smoking sausage is bad for my lungs, but it's great for your boyfriend. For that matter, anything filtered. My friends think smoking weed through a bong eliminates all tar, making weed healthy as duck. Nope, not at all guys. Weed. I don't think many people think it's good for you, but it's just not that bad either. You'd be surprised. It seems like every other day you see some stoner thinking weed is the cure-all miracle drug being repressed by the evil pharmaceutical companies. Yeah, right, ducking hate it. I love weed as much as the next stoner, but I can't stand it when people are touting it as the solution to all your problems. The one that surprises me the most is when they say it's a good antidepressant. I mean, yeah, it makes you happier, but not in the way antidepressants work. It's more of a coping mechanism than an antidepressant. Tanning beds and tanning in general. Tanning beds are a class 1 carcinogen just like cigarettes, arsenic, and asbestos. Stop tanning, people. I'm amazed at the amount of girls I know who use tanning beds despite all the bad media it has received, but they have this idea in their head that they can't be pale. The worst thing is that this is in Scotland, the pastiest country in the world. Eating salads. Yes, a salad can be healthy, but 6 tablespoons of ranch, 1/2 cup of croutons and cheese, bacon and whatever other toppings that go on a salad to make it delicious subsequently make it not healthy. Edit. Yes, I understand eating salads can be healthy. I myself eat a salad every day for lunch as well. I'm a fitness fanatic and support eating salad as a healthy meal. What I don't support, and what I was trying to say in the post, is people that eat salad which is really a few chunks of iceberg lettuce and all of the aforementioned toppings. I believe a few people mentioned when people are trying to lose weight they buy salads from stores like McDonald's because they think it is healthier for them when in reality it's worse. That is the point that I was trying to make. The wedge salad is my hero. The balls of that thing to even call itself a salad. Delicious though. Working a full-time office job. Sitting at a desk for 40+ hours a week. Summary of our society. I stare at a screen all day, so I can afford to stare at a screen until I fall asleep. Bad posture from looking down at smartphones may cause lots of neck problems down the road for millions of people. Problems that are very hard to live with. I was definitely looking down at my phone with a neck ache when I read this. Now I'm uncomfortably aware of my poor posture. It's really no different than reading a book. I think cigarettes are still the cigarettes of today. Maybe not as much as they used to be, but outside of the West they are more popular than ever. Lots of impressionable young minds, and a lot of countries don't have laws, or simply don't care, to stop the advertisement of them. Fashionable smoking has definitely moved east. Somewhat related, but there is a lot of confusion about what gluten actually is, which causes gluten-free food to be conflated with health food. Aside from that, I'd offer multivitamins as a possible example. I don't think there's a lot of evidence that the nutrients in these pills, insofar as they are actually included, are absorbed and utilized by the body, rather than just passing through. It may be that loading up on these things for a period of years causes more harm than good. Gluten is a lot like lactose. You'll know if your body can't handle it. Veganism. I don't have any problem with anyone going vegan, unless they turn to me and say I'm unhealthy for eating meat. If that is so, then color me unhealthy, because I like meat. Gatorade/energy drinks. I'm under no impression that Gatorade has any health benefits other than helping to treat hangovers on purely placebo-related grounds. In other words, it's got what drunks crave. Pairing Gatorade with energy drinks is kind of wrong. Gatorade is made to be used as a recovery drink to help replace salts in your body after you finish a workout. You're not supposed to drink it all the time because it has a ton of sugar in it, which is not necessarily bad when you drink it in small quantities after a hard workout. Essential oils. Some are super toxic, and it seems like everyone I know has joined an oil huffing cult. But they're natural. Vitamin water. It is owned by Coke, and they put a trace of cheap vitamins in it to make it seem healthy. It's really just all sugar. Ballistic exercise programs like CrossFit. They are nowhere near as harmful as cigarettes, but some of my colleagues, physiotherapy, that focus on sports related injuries see CrossFit as a gold mine. Joint injuries everywhere, mostly minor but still. I personally don't think CrossFit, or any form of ballistic exercise, is inherently bad, but surely there are bad instructors everywhere. I see the results in my clinic. Right after my brother-in-law ran a marathon, he collapsed on the grass and pointed out how strange it was how we make villains of those who destroy their bodies from drugs and the like, but not those who push the envelope too far in health. But it doesn't lab you in the hospital, my sister said. And a few seconds later we saw an ambulance speeding by, carrying a collapsed runner. Actually running the marathon is extremely taxing on your body. You're testing your body's limits, which can cause stories like you've seen. However, training for a marathon and running in general is very good for you, as long as you understand what not to do when it comes to training. I ran track all through high school and college, and it was the fittest and healthiest I've ever felt by far. Social media. Every time you get a notification, you get a little dopamine release, and a ton of people are addicted to it. It's making people bored too. You never see someone sitting down, looking around anymore. A lot of people have an involuntary urge to pull out their phone as soon as they sit down or have any small moment of free time. It also, of course, leads to narcissism. Getting a like feels good. It gives you a sense of validation, but it's easy to get dependent on that in order to feel relevant. It also gives people an unrealistic perception of how exciting their lives are. Nobody actually gives a duck about a picture of your lunch. I could care less about a picture of your stupid face sitting in a car. I don't want to hear you brag about some minor accomplishment that you described as amazing, or one where you feel so blessed. So many statuses are just fishing for likes, and it becomes one giant brag orgy. Facebook is not real life, but too many people treat it like it is. Your life is boring, and do you know why? Because you spend it all staring into a rectangle in your hand. Maybe you should put that thing down and just sit there and think to yourself, or go for a walk. There is too much stimulus in this world, and that's dangerous. We have to remember that even though we are smart, we still have an ancient animalistic brain that is very susceptible to lights, color, information, and dopamine, and it can burn out if it's overstimulated too much. Phew, got that off my chest. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to go check and see if that video I posted on Facebook got any likes. Here, have some dopamine.